Assalamualaikum and greetings to Sir Nazmi and hello to all of my friends. My name is Ainur Imanina Binti Ahmad Razalee, and today I will be presenting on the topic of classroom language for teachers as part of our subject TSLB3422. Throughout this presentation, I will discuss several important aspects of effective classroom communication and management, including classroom language, giving instruction, questioning strategies, managing behavior, and providing feedback. So, let's begin. Today, I will be discussing some essential aspects of effective teaching, particularly focusing on classroom communication and management strategies. To begin, let's explore the concept of classroom language and teacher talk. Classroom language refers to the specific vocabulary, phrases, and expressions that teachers use to facilitate learning and maintain classroom order. Teacher talk, on the other hand, is the language teachers use during interaction with students, which includes explanation, instructions, question, and feedback. Teacher talk plays a key role in shaping the learning environment, influencing student engagement, and guiding their understanding. By being mindful of the language we use, we help students feel comfortable, supported, and more focused on learning their tasks. So first, we move on to the idea of giving instruction. As teachers, providing clear and structured instructions is fundamental to ensuring that students know exactly what to do, how to complete tasks, and what is expected of them. Instructions can range from starting and ending the class, transitioning between activities, to explaining lesson content and clarifying tasks. When we give well-planned instructions, we foster a sense of direction and reduce confusion, helping students to stay on task and actively participate in the learning process. In this video, we will explore how giving instructions play a crucial role in classroom management and student engagement, particularly in the context of teaching English in a primary school. They demonstrate various stages of the lesson where the teacher gives instructions to guide the students through activities. They also explain how the instructions are applied, ensuring clarity, participation, and smooth lesson flow. So, at the beginning of the class, the teacher greets the student and engages in a brief exchange to set a friendly and welcoming tone. Here, the instruction isn't explicit, but the question, "How are you?" prompts a practice response from the students. This serves as informal instruction to practice basic conversational skills. Our first example is the classic "repeat after me" technique. Here, how it goes. The teacher will say, "Okay, repeat after me. I'm fine. I'm great. I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm wonderful. I'm tired. And I'm bored." In this scenario, the teacher uses direct and simple instruction, encouraging students to vocalize vocabulary and phrases. The repeat after me method is straightforward, allowing young learners to follow along easily. By modeling the language first, the teacher provides a clear example for students to mimic, helping them with both pronunciation and intonation. Next, let's see how a command can signal a classroom transition. Commands such as sitting down. Now, let's look at an example where the teacher uses a command to guide the class. As we see in the video, the teacher says, "Okay, sit down." Here, it explains, after an activity, the teacher gives a simple, firm instruction to sit down. This type of clear and direct command signals a shift from one activity to another, helping maintain classroom order. Since the instruction is easy to understand, It minimizes the confusion and helps students quickly adjust to the next task. Let's move on to an example where the teacher encourages students' participation through an energizing activity. Energizing activity. In this example, the teacher leads an energizer to get students involved. The students are singing, "Hi, hi, I'm great, I'm fine, I'm okay." The teacher says, "Okay everyone, join in. Let's sing together." So the explanation for this part is, here the teacher uses a song to boost engagement. While the phrase "join in" isn't explicitly stated, the teacher's actions clearly prompt the students to participate. This type of subtle instruction is often used in classroom to encourage involvement without over-explaining what's needed. It's a great way to energize the students. Now, let's see how the teacher transitions the class into a more focused activity. Here's how the teacher smoothly transitions to the main part of the lesson. The teacher says in the video, "Okay, take out your boards and chalk and write." So the explanation in this instance is, the teacher breaks the instruction into two clear steps, which is first gathering materials and then performing the writing task. This step-by-step approach is particularly effective with younger students as it breaks the task into manageable parts. This ensures that they know exactly what they need to do. Next, we will look at how group work can be organized with clear instruction. So now, let's see how the teacher sets up a group work. In the video, the teacher says, "Okay, so we will have two teams of girls and two teams of boys." The teacher uses a straightforward and familiar method to divide students into teams. Clear and direct instruction like this ensure that students understand the activity and can quickly organize themselves. This keeps the classroom running efficiently, especially during team-based activities. Now, let's consider how instruction helps maintain order when transitioning between tasks. As the lesson progresses, transitioning between activity is essential for keeping the class organized. The teacher says, "Okay, let's clean this up." This instruction is used to signal the end of one activity and the beginning of another. It helps students remain focused and prepares them for the next task. A clear command like this is not only to promote order, but also teaches students the importance of cleaning up after an activity. Finally, let's see how movement can be integrated into instructions to keep students engaged. Here is how the teacher incorporates movement into the lesson. Right, stand up, which is the movement. Students then begin singing and moving along with the activity. In this example, the teacher instructs students to stand up, signaling the start of a more interactive task. Physical movement is a great way to rearrange students, especially after quieter tasks like writing. The teacher integrates instructional language into this activity using words like on, in, under, back to reinforce vocabulary while keeping the students active. So now we will continue with the effectiveness of giving instruction. To start with, giving simple instructions like asking, "How are you?" encourages students to engage actively. This is not only creates a welcoming atmosphere, but also motivates students to participate. The more involved they are, the more meaningful their learning experience becomes. Now, moving on to how instruction can enhance language skills. Techniques such as repeat after me are classic, but incredibly effective. These structured activities help students practice pronunciation and intonation, strengthening their vocabulary in a way that feels natural. Repetition is key in language learning, and clear instructions make it easier for students to follow along. Speaking of structure, instructions also play a vital role in maintaining classroom management. Clear commands like sit downs or please stand ensures that students understand what's expected of them. This helps maintain order and structure, creating a smooth flow between activities and allowing the teachers to focus on teaching rather than managing behavior. Beyond managing the classroom, instructions can also foster stronger social interaction. When you prompt students to join in activities like singing or working together, they engage in peer-to-peer communication. This is vital for developing social language skills. For example, a simple question like, "Can you help your partner?" encourages collaboration and peer learning. Next, let's talk about clarity in instruction, which is crucial for smooth classroom transitions. Breaking down tasks into manageable steps like take out your boards and chalk makes it easier for students to understand what's required of them. This reduces confusion and makes transition between activities smoother and more efficient. Now, when it comes to organizing group works, clear instructions become even more essential. Whether you are dividing students into teams or assigning roles, direct instructions like form 2 teams, boys and girls, can quickly structure activities. This promotes teamwork and helps students focus on collaboration. In addition to organizing group activities, instructions can also help students stay focused during transitions. Instructions such as clean up your desk serve as a signals to help students shift focus from one task to the next. This keeps them organized and prepares them for what's coming, while maintaining a sense of order in the classroom. Beyond verbal instructions, incorporating movement into learning can have a big impact. Giving instructions that involve physical activity like stand up and clap to the rhythm can make learning more dynamic. These activities engage students not only mentally but also physically, reinforcing vocabulary and concepts through actions. Lastly, it encourages positive learning environment, where it is essential. Instructions that provide feedback and prompt participation like, "Well done, now who wants to try?" build students' confidence. This affirming approach encourages them to contribute more actively and feel more comfortable taking risks in their learning. Last but not least, effective questioning techniques can do wonders for language development. Asking open-ended questions such as, "What do you think will happen next?" encourages critical thinking. It challenges students to reflect on their learning and process language more deeply, which ultimately strengthens their understanding of language concepts. In conclusion, in this classroom video example, the teacher effectively used a variety of instructional techniques to guide the student through different stages of lesson. From simple commands to sit down, take out your boards, to more involved instructions such as repeat after me, and organizing teams. Each instruction is clear, age-appropriate, and structured to keep students engaged. This instructional strategies ensures that the lesson flows smoothly, students remain focused, and learning outcomes are achieved efficiently. In addition to giving instructions, questioning strategies are another essential tool for teachers. Effective questioning involves more than just asking questions. It's about crafting purposeful questions that stimulate critical thinking and engagement. The question cycle begins with planning questions that align with learning objectives, structuring them to guide thoughtful responses, and giving students enough time to process the question before answering. Moreover, different types of questions, procedural, convergent, and divergent, serve different purposes. Procedural questions help with classroom management, convergent questions check factual understanding, and divergent questions encourage creative thinking and discussion. By using a variety of questioning techniques, we can actively involve students in the learning process and deepen their understanding. In this video, we will explain how giving instruction is effectively applied using questioning techniques during a classroom discussion. The teacher in the video uses targeted questions to engage students in deeper reflection and active participation. We will break down how the flow of the instructions through questioning fosters student engagement and critical thinking. Our first example shows how a teacher can use a prompt question to initiate discussion. The teacher says, "If it's okay with you, we will start with the first quote. What was your conversation like with your partner?" This opening sets the stage for discussion by using a subtle prompt. The question, "What was your conversation like with your partner?" encourages students to reflect on their previous activity. By directing the question to a specific student like Austin, the teacher ensures participation and gets the conversation started. This method, known as prompt questioning, acts as both question and an implicit instruction to engage in the discussion. Next, we will see how the teacher encourages further peer interaction. Here, the teacher shifts the discussion to focus on peer interaction. The teacher says, "Okay, can you continue that conversation with your peers for me, Austin? Does anyone have any other idea?" Austin responds by calling on his peers. Tegan. In this scenario, the teacher embeds an instruction within the question, asking Austin to continue the conversation with his peers. This encourages collaboration and active listening as students are invited to build on each other's ideas. By keeping the instruction subtle, the teacher maintains the flow of the discussion while guiding the students towards deeper engagement. Let's move on to see how the teacher expands the discussion by inviting more students to contribute. The teacher now broadens the conversation by involving other students. The teacher asks, "Does anyone else have another thought?" Followed by a reflective question. "Do you feel this first quote have a positive view of the language?" Here, the teacher expands the discussion by inviting more students to share their perspective. The first question ensures that other voices are heard, while the second question prompts reflection on the quote's deeper meaning. This kind of questioning encourages students to think critically and offers a subtle instruction to explore the topic further. Now, let's look at how the teacher transitions to a new topic using questioning. In the video, the teacher uses a question to shift the focus to a new part of the lessons. The teacher says, "Can we switch to the second quote? I want to hear your thoughts. Now, on that second quote in relation to language. What is this person trying to tell us about language? Then the teacher calls on a student. Tyler, can you start our conversation? Here, the teacher uses a question to guide students towards a new idea, asking them to focus on the second quote. By addressing a specific student, which is Tyler, the teacher gives him the responsibility to lead the discussion, ensuring continued participation. This technique smoothly transitions the class to a new phase, keeping the conversation structured and engaging. Lastly, we will see how the teacher asks for deeper analysis to enrich the conversation. In this final example, the teacher seeks deeper responses from more students. After Tyler responds, the teacher says, "Does anyone else want to continue?" The teacher then calls on Juliet and later pauses Lily. "Can I stop you for a second, Lily?" In this example, the teacher encourages more students like Juliet and Lily to share their thoughts. This deepens the analysis by inviting multiple perspectives, keeping the conversation dynamic. When the teacher pauses, "Lily, can I stop you for a second?" It allows redirection and elaboration, showcasing how questions can be flexible and responsive to the flow of the conversation. So now we will continue with the effectiveness of questioning strategies in ESL classroom. First, at the start, the teacher uses open-ended questions to prompt students to share their thoughts. This strategy is effective in an ESL classroom as it encourages students to actively participate in the conversation, building their confidence in using English. By giving students the opportunity to express their ideas, it also helps improve their speaking skills and fluency. Next is encouraging peer-to-peer dialogue. As the teacher facilitates peer interaction by encouraging students to respond to one another's thoughts. This promotes a collaborative learning environment, which is particularly useful in ESL settings where students can benefit from hearing a variety of language inputs. Peer-to-peer dialogue also helps students to practice listening and responding in real time, reinforcing language comprehension and conversational skills. Next, the use of reflective questions by the teacher pushes students to think critically about the material being discussed. In an ESL context, this is effective because it challenges students to formulate more complex thoughts in English, expanding their vocabulary and deepening their understanding of the language. Reflective question also encourages students to explore different perspectives, promoting critical thinking in the second language. When the teacher transitions the discussion with new questions, it helps maintain structure and introduce new concepts without overwhelming the students. This method of transitioning ensures that students stay engaged and are gradually introduced to more complex language and ideas, supporting their language acquisition in a paced manner. Summarizing students' thoughts or asking concluding questions reinforces the material covered during the lesson. This technique is particularly useful in ESL classroom as it gives students the chance to review and reflect on what they have learned, consolidating both their language and comprehension of the subject matter. In summary, effective questioning strategies in ESL classroom not only facilitate language practice but also enhance critical thinking, comprehension, and peer interaction. By carefully guiding discussion through questions, the teacher fosters an active learning environment that helps students develop language proficiency while engaging deeply with the content. Now, let's turn to the critical aspect of managing classroom behavior. Effective classroom management starts with establishing clear routines that provide structure and predictability, helping students understand what is expected of them in different situations. Reinforcing a positive attitude is also a key. By acknowledging and praising good behavior, we encourage students to continue making positive choices. On the other hand, curbing negative behavior requires a proactive approach, such as setting clear expectations, addressing disruptions constructively, and helping students understand the consequences of their actions. Managing behavior effectively creates a classroom environment where learning can flourish and students will feel safe and respected. In this demo lesson video, the teacher applies effective behavior management strategies to maintain classroom order and encourages positive behavior. These strategies help create a structured, engaging, and productive learning environment. The teacher uses various techniques such as establishing routines, reinforcing good behavior, and gently correcting misbehavior to guide the students throughout the lesson. Into the video, our first example focuses on establishing a clean environment before the class starts. The teacher says, "All right. Before the class starts, let's make sure everything is clean and clean up, everybody's got to clean up. Clean up and put your things away." In these scenes, we can see the teacher is managed to physically clean up a routine and by the repetitive chant, clean up, engaging the students in a fun and cooperative way while reinforcing the importance of organization. By calling out specific students like Karina and Peter, the teacher ensures individual responsibility, which helps create a calm, organized atmosphere, setting the tone for the lesson. Now that the room is ready, the teacher moves on to reinforcing classroom rules. In this next example, the teacher reinforces behavioral expectations. At the start of the lesson, the teacher reviews the classroom rules as a way to remind the students of expected behavior. Having students repeat the rules together promotes shared responsibility, ensuring everyone is on the same page. Additionally, when Lisa doesn't follow the hand-raising rule, the teacher corrects her gently, reinforcing the rule without disrupting the flow of the lesson. After reinforcing the rules, the teacher introduces a positive reinforcement technique. Let's look at how positive reinforcement can motivate students to do their best. The teacher says, "Are you ready to have class? So I'll do." And the students will respond, "My best." The teacher says, "I'll do," and the students will respond, "My best." The teacher continues, "Very good job. So, are you ready to start the class?" And the student will answer, "Yes." Here, the teacher uses positive reinforcement to instill confidence in the students by encouraging them to repeat, "I'll do my best." This affirmation helps students internalize the idea of putting in their best effort. Praising them with "very good" and "good job" motivates them and reinforces the positive behavior of following instructions with enthusiasm. Now, the teacher uses an engaging activity to maintain focus and energy. Next, we see the teacher keeping students focused through an energizing activity. The teacher uses a physical activity, which is singing and movement, to engage the students. This energizer captures their attention while also providing a break from more sedentary tasks. Incorporating clear instruction like, "Now, let's make a big circle," keeps students on track while channeling their energy positively. This method helps to prevent misbehavior by giving students an outlet for their energy while remaining focused. After the energizing activity, the teacher smoothly transitions back to the lessons. Now, the teacher uses direct instruction to guide the student from one task to another. The teacher says, Let's sit down, please. Okay, now let's see. I see that you know many things we do every day. Following the active song, the teacher gave a clear and polite instruction, which is, let's sit down please, to signal the transition back to the main lesson. This ensures that the student know the fun part is over and it's time to refocus. The teacher's polite tone also serves as a model for respectful communication, reinforcing positive behavior through example. Finally, we will see how the teacher used reminders to keep students on track. In this last example, the teacher uses gentle reminders to manage the class. The teacher says, "Don't start yet, don't start yet." The teacher uses a gentle reminder to ensure that students follow instruction properly. When students begin working ahead of the teacher's calm reminder encourages them to wait for further direction. This prevents any confusion and maintains control over the pace of the lesson. Reminders like this help students understand the structure of activity, reinforcing the importance of following instructions closely. So now, for the effectiveness of managing behavior in ESL classroom, we can start with the lesson with a clean-up routine which engages students in preparing the learning environment, promoting responsibility and order. This routine helps to create a focused and organized atmosphere essential for effective language learning. Next, by reviewing class rules at the beginning, the teacher sets a clear structure for behavior. Repetition reinforces the rules, ensuring students understand classroom expectation, which reduces misunderstandings and help maintain discipline. Next, the use of positive phrases like good job and encouragements such as I'll do my best helps to motivate students to stay focused and strive for better performance. Positive reinforcement encourages students to repeat good behavior and creates a supportive learning environment. Other than that, fun activities such as singing and movement are integrated to manage students' energy. This helps prevent disruptive behavior by keeping students actively engaged in productive tasks, promoting concentration and participation in language activities. Next, the teacher provides direct and simple instruction like let's sit down to transition between activities smoothly. This helps maintain order, keeps students on task, and ensures minimal disruptions during the lesson. Throughout the lesson, gentle reminders are used to correct behavior without discouraging students. This method promotes self-discipline and fosters a respectful and positive classroom environment, helping students focus on their learning. So, as conclusion, in this demo lesson, the teacher uses behavior management techniques to create a structured and positive learning environment. By establishing routines, reinforcing rules, engaging students with activities, and using gentle reminders, the teacher ensures that students remain focused and will behave throughout the class. The key to effective behavior management lies in the setting clear expectations and using positive reinforcement to encourage good behavior. Lastly, we come to the topic of giving feedback. Feedback is a powerful tool for guiding students' learning and growth. Whether it's oral feedback given immediately during class or written feedback on assignment, the goal is to provide students with specific, actionable information about their performance. Oral feedback can be quick and direct, helping students make a real-time improvements, while written assignment tends to be more detailed, giving students the chance to reflect on their work at their own pace. In both forms, feedback should not only highlight areas for improvements, but also acknowledge strengths, encouraging students to continue progressing. By giving constructive feedback, we help students become more aware of their learning process and take ownership of their development. So as we can see, the teacher said, "So, which did you change?" She changed Monday and made it to Friday. You changed he and made it to she. Change ate true and make it gobble up. And the teacher responds by, "Good boy, you change apple to say nuts and with well done." Here, the teacher acknowledges specific changes made by the students while reinforcing positive behavior by using praise like "good boy" and "well done." The teacher highlights the successful adjustment in the students' work, which boosts the students' confidence. This strategy is highly effective in managing behavior because it focuses on positive reinforcement. By praising the students for specific achievement, this teacher will encourage further engagement and learning by the students. Students are more likely to participate actively when they feel their efforts are appreciated, reducing potential disruptive behavior. Positive reinforcement also reinforces a culture of recognition and respect within the classroom. Next, the teacher explains how immediate feedback is used to both recognize achievements and redirect students when they veer off track. Rather than allowing mistakes to persist, the teacher provides quick correction to help students adjust their behavior and academic efforts in real time. This method is particularly effective because it offers immediate course correction without demotivating students. Addressing mistakes on the spot prevents students from reinforcing incorrect behaviors or concepts. At the same time, the feedback is delivered in a constructive manner which helps students learn without feeling discouraged. Moving on, the teacher begins by praising the students for what they did right, such as capital letters and full stop in a sentence, before moving on to gently address the spelling in mistakes in spelling. By giving the pen to the student to try to write apple against, it creates an opportunity for self-correction rather than directly fixing the mistakes. This approach works well for managing behavior because it combines praise with constructive feedback. Students are more receptive to correcting mistakes when they are first recognized for their strength. The teacher's focus on reflection and self-correction encourages a growth mindset where students see mistakes as learning opportunities. Additionally, this strategy fosters independence in students by giving them the responsibility to fix their own errors. When giving feedback to children at the school, the teachers have a system that they try to work on, which is 2 stars and a wish. They acknowledge the 2 positive things that the children have done with their work and a wish or a goal for the next step of where we'd like them to head. The 2 stars and a wish feedback model is used to balance praise with areas for improvement. The teacher highlights 2 positive aspects of the student's work, which is the stars, and then offers a suggestion, which is the wish, for what the student can work on next. This method is effective because it maintains a positive tone while also pushing for growth. By focusing on 2 positive behaviors or achievement, the students feel valued, motivated to continue their good work. Their wish provides constructive feedback, guiding the students forward for their improvement. This balanced feedback model helps manage behavior by promoting reflection, minimizing feelings and frustration, and keeping students engaged in their learning journey. As conclusion, the teacher in the video effectively managed behavior through feedback and positive reinforcement by providing immediate, specific feedback and using methods such as 2 stars and a wish. The teacher creates a learning environment where students feel encouraged to participate and reflect on their work to correct their mistake in a supportive manner. These strategies foster positive classroom culture, reduce disruption, and ensures that students remain engaged and focused throughout the lesson. The overall approach encourages self-reflection, growth, and confidence, making it a powerful tool for managing both academic and behavioral progress. In conclusion, by carefully using classroom language and teacher talk, giving clear instruction, employing effective questioning strategies, managing behavior positively, and offering meaningful feedback, we as teachers can create an engaging, supportive, and effective learning environment for our students. Thank you.